Force the vote, sure, was a failure.
That isn't what it meant.
Well, what did it mean then? Explain.
It meant that it's indicative of low-resolution thinking.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Can you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know. And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup from my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes. Those votes.
In case you don't know, and you haven't seen the latest polls, the American people hold the President of the United States in contempt. They hold this institution in contempt. They hold the Republican Party in contempt. They hold the Democratic Party in contempt. They think that maybe, given all of the crises facing this country, it's about time that there was some bold leadership here and that this institution made some hard choices.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boys. And I did. And back in those days, you sure how things have changed. One of the things you had to use, if you used pomade in your hair, you had to wear a bathing cap. And so he was up on the board, wouldn't listen to me. I said, hey, Esther, you, off the board, or I'll come up and drag you off. Well, he came off, and he said, I'll meet you outside. My car, these were all public housing behind it. My car, there was a gate out here. I parked my car outside the gate. And he said, I'll be waiting for you. He was waiting for 3 guys in straight razors. Not a joke. There's a guy named Bill Wright, Mouse, the only white guy, and he did all the pools. He was the mechanic. And I said, what am I going to do? He said, come down here in the basement where mechanics, where all the pool filter is. You know the chain, there used to be a chain that went across the deep end. And he cut off a 6-foot length of chain. He folded up, he said, you walk out with that chain. And you walk to the car and say, you may cut me, man, but I'm going to wrap this chain around your head. I said, you kidding me? He said, no, if you don't come back. And he was right. So I walked out with the chain. And I walked up to my car. And they had, those days, you used to remember the straight razor, you'd bang them on the curb, get them rusty, bang them on the curb. You'd bang them on the curb, 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 bang them on the bang them on the curb, get them rusty, put them in a rain barrel, get them rusty. And I looked at him, but I was smart then. I said, first of all, I said, when I tell you get off the board, you get off the board, and I'll kick you out again, but I shouldn't have called you, Esther Williams. I apologize for that. I apologize, but I didn't know that apology was going to work. He said, you apologize to me? I said, I apologize for that, not for throwing you out, but I apologize for what I said. He said, okay, closed the straight razor, and my heart began to beat again.
It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night, the phone. Make sure the kids hear words.
Liberal people. They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. Very simple. Bad deal, should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up, and they had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint, when they thought about it. Because whoever thought of that idea, I think is in big trouble.
Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic in style goddamn motherfucking Asian of Above It All. And, so I got a show here. I've got to prepare myself. I'm a little, Mila, mute the stream. Alright, unmute it. Someone tell Mila to unmute it. Okay, so, we got a show here, folks. I got a goddamn. And welcome to the show. I am your host. Get it? It's a st. Anyway, got a show here, folks. Hopefully everyone's having a good Sunday morning. We got a good Sunday morning. Oh, we got a friend over here. Hey, Maxie. You want to say hello? There's a friend. Come on up. Come on up, Maxie. Put your paws up, bud. Here, I'll help you. Whoop. Whoop. Alrighty. Maxie has his paws up, folks. Look at him. Look at the pupper. This is my precious baby boy. We call him Max the dog. Oh, your puppy. Oh, your beautiful puppy dog. You're so beautiful. All right, there he goes. All right, folks. Ugh. All right, hopefully everyone is having a good morning. Yeah, all right. What the fuck? All right, folks, so we got a show here. Hopefully everyone is having a good show, or good day. I'm having a good day. You're a little unprepared, you wanted to say. Bodan, more like, whoa, man. That's some offensive language that you're using against me. Anyway, so we got a show. Hello, Choky. Hello, Environ, mental, emphasis on mental, coffee house. How's it going? Hello, the lead striker. The lead striker, how many followers do you have? Like, how many, strikers are following you? Considering you're the lead striker. Oh, look at me. I am just posting bangers today. Hello, Class War Falcon. Hello, Andrew. Hello, Paladin. All right. Who? Hello, Cloud. All right. Okay. Let me get my set up here. Yeah. Woo! Doing a show. We got Max the dog in the background. Hey there, buddy. How's it going? Hi. Look at that dog. Hey, Maxie, how's it going? Hello. He's a dog. All right. Let's get into the goddamn news, shall we? All right, so this is according to KPTV.com, Fox 12, Oregon. Food is more expensive than it has been in decades. All right, folks, let's get into this. I have a lot to say. Bad news for American consumers. It's getting more expensive to dine out, and it's getting more expensive to eat at home. Restaurants' prices spiked 5.8% over the last 12 months, ending in November without seasonal adjustments. The Bureau of Labor Statistics said Friday. That's the largest 12-month increase since the year ended in January 1982. And, unfortunately for those hoping to curb spending by turning to home cooking, grocery prices are also at record highs. They jumped 6.4%, the largest 12-month increase since December 2008. Beef had the most dramatic increase with a 20.9% spike in prices. If you are one of these dumb fuck motherfuckers out there, that's right, we're talking about, wait for it, the fucking anti-vegans. That's right. These meat-eating scumbags, right? Which, you know, if you're a meat eater, that's one thing. But, like, it's one thing to be not a vegan. It's another thing to be anti-vegan. There's this, like, giant, like, group of so-called leftists that astroturf in left-wing spaces online and pretend that, like, vegans are, like, elitist snobs and that poor people can't be vegan because, poor people are poor and meat is so cheap and beans are so expensive. Have you ever seen beans? Like, one bean costs, like, I don't know, $300. I don't know because I've never eaten beans because I'm a fucking idiot, right? So I just wanted to talk about this. Because again, meat has always been expensive. Meat has always been one of the most expensive items in the grocery store. Now again, when it comes to, you know, basic nutritional value. But the main thing here, right, that we're seeing is that meat prices are getting way, way more expensive. And I know this because there are meat eaters in my family. And I go to the grocery store and I see the prices change. And I can still buy a can of beans for 70 cents. Right, I can still buy a big bag of dried beans for like fucking less than $1. Right, so, hey, I'm just saying, if all you motherfuckers out there that are anti-vegans are still gonna bitch and moan, the white, middle-class, snobby vegans don't know that you can't be poor and a vegan. It's just impossible. Right? I got, like, snot coming out of my nose. But anyway... And, so I just wanted to talk about this, and let's keep going, because there's more to read here. The sharp increase underscores the fact that restaurants and food makers are not immune to supply chain and labor pressures, contributing to pricing increases across the board. Yet they found customers are willing to spend more. That's because y'all are fucking stupid. You all are fucking dumb. Every single... You, yes, the person watching this is a fucking idiot. I'm also an idiot sometimes. I bought a frozen pizza yesterday, folks. That's right. I did it. I admit to it. I'm copping. I thought, it's Saturday night. I'm in the grocery store. You know what? Fuck it. I'm buying a frozen pizza. So I'm part of the fucking problem. Okay? Now, it was a vegetarian pizza. It was 4 cheese. It was really good. But... I'm part of the problem, but we're all a part of the problem, motherfucker. If you're willing to go to the store and buy the same shit-fuck products over and over and over again because you're an addicted, drug-addled fucking freak, guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna take a fucking advantage of you, and that's what's happening, right? You go there, you buy your shit-fuck garbage that's 25% more expensive. You don't rethink your eating habits. No. You couldn't possibly ever dream of rethinking your diet? No way. I'm an American, god damn it. It's my right to kill myself in my fucking mid-30s from heart disease because I don't know how to fucking feed myself. Did you know 95% of Americans don't eat enough fiber? What's fiber, you might ask, if you're a dumb motherfucker? It's okay, I was dumb too a couple years ago. Fiber is vegetables. 95% of Americans do not eat vegetables. That's how fucked this country is. So if you want to get some cheap food, I recommend beans. I recommend vegetables of all kinds because that shit's going to be cheap. Again, I'm just letting y'all know. Like, maybe if you get those gourmet salad kits or whatever, maybe that might be a little expensive. But goddamn, man. Let's keep going. There's more here. Restaurants have been raising prices as their own food and labor costs rise, and so far they say consumers have accepted the hikes. Of course they will. Of course you're going to eat out because you need the experience, man. I got to get away from it all. I got to go eat out. Anyway. McDonald's said in October that it expects menu prices to be about 6% higher this year compared to last. The increase has been pretty well received by customers. I want to be very clear. First of all, these big corporations, they don't need to raise menu prices. Right? They literally could lower menu prices, right? And they would still be fine. They could probably have like a quarter menu, right? You could probably, if you went to McDonald's and wanted to get like 50 McNuggets, you could probably charge a quarter for that and they would still make a profit. Why? Because their fucking profit margins are obscene, right? The bonuses that they pay to their CEOs and higher tier echelon employees is obscene. The level of abuse that they hurl at their employees is obscene. The amount of money that they make off of you fucking stupid ass poison drug addled morons is obscene, right? So again, they're raising prices because they can take advantage of you, and you're gonna go back to McDonald's because you're a dumb little fucking shithead. You're a fucking loser. You're addicted to drugs, and you don't know how to fucking cope with that. So you're gonna go there, waste your fucking money, flush it down the toilet, spending money on garbage, poison. You're going to poison your body, kill yourself, and give your money to big CEOs because you're an idiot. And if this doesn't apply to you, then, you're not an idiot. But if it does apply to you, maybe rethink your dietary choices. Beyond restaurants, food manufacturers and grocers have faced higher costs for commodities, labor, and transportation. Those costs have escalated further in recent months, leading manufacturers to pass some of them on to their retail customers, who in turn charge customers a portion of those increases. Higher prices at the grocery store will likely stick around into next year. Major manufacturers like Kraft, Heinz, and Mondelez have said that they plan to hike prices for retail customers in early 2022. Again, you think the prices are going to go back down? You think the high prices, it'll go back down next year. Are you fucking dumb? You're going to get used to spending that amount of money. You're not going to think about it because you're a good little drone. Capitalism loves you, you fucking freak, right? And then they're going to continue to price increase. They're going to continue, and then they might drop it a couple cents. Hot sale. You ever see on the grocery store? Hot sale. Yeah, sure, it's 30% higher than it was 6 months ago, but we dropped it by a penny compared to last week. Hot sale! Fuck you. That's all allowed companies to pull back on or eliminate discounts because demand is so strong they don't want to run out of their limited supplies. What got more expensive in November? While some food prices stayed flat or even fell from October to November, other items got more expensive in that period, according to the Consumer Price Index. Lettuce prices climbed 6.9%. Fresh fruit went up 2.2% on a seasonally adjusted basis. Oranges, including tangerines, rose 2.4%, as opposed to 2.2% with the rest of the fresh fruit. At the opposite end of the spectrum, treats like fresh coffee cakes and donuts. Oh yeah, gotta have my treats. Gotta have dessert for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day of my life because I'm a fucking loser. Meat prices also continued to tick up. Pork prices grew 2.2%, with breakfast sausages up 2.7% and hot dogs up 2.8%. Pork roasts, steaks, and rib roast 3.7%. That's not food. That's called poison. That's going to kill you. Some of these items could get even pricier. Hot dog, sausage, and burger makers have warned retailers that they plan to increase prices for some frozen and refrigerated meats in January. The hikes in food are part of a trend of increasing prices overall. Consumer price inflation, which includes gas prices and other categories, rose by 6.8% in the 12-month period ending in November, hitting its highest level in 39 years. Folks, rethink your dietary choices. That's all I'm asking. Rethink what you put in your body. Just think about it. I say while I'm drinking a Mountain Dew Major Melon Zero Sugar. But again, for real, like, we're all allowed to indulge ourselves every once in a while, but the American diet is so bad. People are addicted to unhealthy food in such a degree that they will have dessert for breakfast, dessert for lunch, and dessert for dinner. Gonna put some syrup on those pancakes, right? That's called dessert. You might as well eat ice cream. There's no nutritional difference between pancakes and syrup and ice cream. So you might as well just go for the fucking ice cream. Let's be honest, right? Come on. What's for lunch? Gonna get some fast food for lunch, baby. Drink that fucking 24 ounce of Coca-Cola. Love that high fructose corn syrup. What's for dinner? What's for dinner? Some frozen ass garbage you're going to throw in the microwave? This processed food trash that has all this fiber and nutrients stripped out? That's what you're going to have for dinner because you're a fucking idiot. You're a goddamn moron. And you're eating too much. You're eating unhealthy foods. And now you're going to be taken advantage of. They got you by the balls, motherfucker. You're addicted. That's right. You're on drugs. Sugar is a drug. Food, unhealthy food, is a drug. You are a drug addict and you need to rethink that. Now, again, I'm not even saying that being a drug addict is necessarily bad, right? But if I'm popping pills every day, I know I'm a drug addict. If I'm fucking drinking alcohol every day, I know I'm a drug addict. People that eat sugary food and fast food, they don't even know that they're addicted to drugs. And that's the problem. So anyway, wanted to go on my food rant, get that out of the way. All right, folks. This is according to TMZ.com. Philadelphia Popeyes bans homeless from restaurant. A Popeyes franchise in Philly has a pretty awful solution to the homeless crisis. Ban them from the store. The sign is front and center inside the fast food joint, which reads in big block letters, "No homeless people allowed inside the store." Are they gonna what? Are they gonna send you something in the mail and then you have to bring that in order to collect your food item? Oh, what's your address? So you knock on the door, someone comes out, can you give us your name, address? You give them the name and address, you wait 5 to 10 business days, right? You get your letter in the mail, and then you get your Popeyes? The fuck? Honestly, how the fuck is this even possibly, how could anyone possibly think that this is a good idea? I mean, again, I'm baffled, motherfucker. I am baffled. But they really thought that this would work. There are a bunch of problems with this. Again, this is from TMZ. Aside from the absence of humanity, first, someone is homeless. That doesn't mean they don't spend money on food. The sign doesn't say homeless people are not allowed to loiter inside. It's a flat prohibition. Even if a homeless person simply wants to buy a chicken sandwich. Now, they shouldn't be buying chicken, but hey. Second, it's kind of ridiculous to think someone can automatically be identified as homeless. And that leads to the third point. If someone looks homeless, are Popeyes employees supposed to boot them from the restaurant? Not the way to solve the prob. So again, that's what this is. It's just discrimination based on looks. I mean, I'm going to be honest. Sometimes I'm looking like a fucking hot mess going into some fast food place. I'm walking in with my flip-flops, my fucked up toes, right? I haven't showered in like 3 days. My hair's a mess. Like, I fucking, you know, I got stains on my like, I've done it before. We've all done it before every once in a while, right? Like, what, do I have to, like, fucking take a selfie outside my house and then, like, open up the door and then show you the video or something? I'm sorry, like, anyone who is all possibly involved in this idea, this you know, this whole thing, is a dumb motherfucker. If it was the manager, dumb motherfucker. If it's the employees, dumb motherfuckers. I hope you lose your jobs and I hope you become homeless, because then maybe you'll understand what the struggle is, motherfucker, you stupid ass bitch. Fuck and also no one should be going to Popeyes, let's be honest. Fuck Popeyes, fuck fast food, fuck all that garbage, and fuck you. Andrea, the human is biologically wired to go for the highest calorie content possible. It takes a lot of knowledge and self-discipline for some people. We don't know exactly why. I'm right there with you, Alicia. Again, most of my life, up until the beginning of last year, so about 1.8 years ago, most of my life I was eating like a complete garbage compactor. Like from a young age, you know, both of my parents would just feed me fast food all the time. I would eat ice cream every day. I would drink like several liters of like soda pop every day. So like I'm right there. I get it. I've been down that road. I was raised on that road. And I was left on the side of that road with no details or information and education. I had to like read books and shit to like figure this shit out. And so that's why that's why this is my thing. It's like I did the research. I want to be able to put that into somewhat digestible format for other people to potentially be inspired to feed themselves better. So, and, you know, sometimes I do it in a nice way. Sometimes I do it in a rude way. You know, I mix it up. Sometimes it's catharsis. Sometimes I'm trying to be helpful. Sometimes I'm just, like, venting. You know. At the end of the day, people, I want them to improve themselves by watching my show. I want every single person who ever clicks on any of my content to leave that as a better person with more information. I want people to be inspired by my show. I want people to change their life for the better based on my show. Because I've got a hero complex. So that's about it. All right. So let's look at the goddamn news, huh? Alright, folks, we're going to go in deep on this one, so bear the fuck with me. I've been saying goddamn a lot, so you're making a difference. I love when people tell me those kinds of things. Yeah, I love to say goddamn. I prefer to say goddamn, but sometimes I don't. I was already eating pretty healthy, but enlighten me how much. Yeah, added sugar, it's in almost everything. Like 98% of products in a grocery store have secret traces of added sugar. I wish you were less rude and less swearing in your content. That's not going to happen. I'm sorry. All right, let's go. President Biden's job approval sinking on inflation, crime, and COVID. First of all, crime has gone down over the last 10 years. If you disagree, you're a dumb fuck. Biden has done almost nothing to do with inflation. I'm going to be honest. Like, most of what we're dealing with when it comes to inflation is stuff that was baked into the cake before Biden even took office. COVID, Biden is doing horrible on. But, like, so I'm just letting y'all know my opinion straight up, and we're going to go into this poll. The poll says that Joe Biden is doing horrible on everything. Now, again, Joe Biden wrote the crime bill. Most of the crime that we're experiencing in this country is a direct result of the crime bill that he manufactured, as well as the drug war that Joe Biden is supportive of. Joe Biden ran on decriminalizing and legalizing marijuana. And yet, you can still go to federal prison for your entire life for, having a couple ounces of weed in your car. Like, let's say you're going to a friend's house, they're having a party. You got a couple ounces of weed in your car, boom, life in prison, motherfucker. That's because we're in Joe Biden's America, right? But if you're in another state, maybe, you'll get away with it. It all depends where you live, because this country is fucking garbage, right? So yeah, Joe Biden is doing a horrible job at everything, right? But again, we need to be honest, what is actually Joe Biden's fault and what is just Republican and mass media fear-mongering? Inflation, I'm sorry, Joe Biden couldn't really do much about inflation unless he's going to do some radical change that, let's be honest, Trump wouldn't have done, Joe Biden's not going to do, right? So, but anyway, let's read, I'm going to see these poll numbers and then we'll go in a little bit further. President Joe Biden is facing significant skepticism from the American public, with his job approval rating lagging across a range of major issues, including new lows for his handling of crime. Again, crime is on a downtrend, but okay. Gun violence, which is on an uptrend, but that's, again, these are mostly things that, we can fix, but like the country is garbage. That's my problem, is that people love to complain, but they don't love to do anything about it. Oh, there's gun problems. People are shooting up schools all the time. Yeah, that's been happening like for 20 years. Do you remember Columbine? Remember, how dare this happen? Yeah, there's a Columbine literally every single day in America now. Every school day there's a Columbine now, right? So I don't know, maybe there's a culture problem in the United States of America. Maybe the governmental system of the United States of America is not so good. Now, again, I'm not defending Biden here. I think Biden is trash. But again, the idea that people think that the president is solely responsible for this stuff and they take no personal agency whatsoever, I think is ridiculous. Go out there, do something. Organize, vote, unionize, do all this shit, because the president's not gonna fucking save you. But anyway, I gotta keep going. As the White House confronts rising and widespread concern about inflation, Americans are especially negative on how the Biden administration is managing the issue. You want to know a really easy way to combat inflation? Stimulus checks. Give everyone $2,000 a month, retroactive to March 2020. Right? I'm sick of this fucking shit. Maybe take out the fucking $1,400 that we got and the $600 and all that shit. And then the other, what was the other one? Like 12? Maybe take that out there. But again, that's an easy way to combat inflation in the short term. And guess what? Maybe another way to combat inflation, I don't know, maybe legalizing marijuana would combat inflation. Maybe, I don't know, canceling student loan debt would combat inflation. There's a lot of ways to combat inflation that Biden is simply not doing, that he can do just alone on his presidential power. But are these polls going to mention that? Is anyone in the mainstream media going to mention how things could change for Biden, and Biden could personally change them right now? No, they're not, because they're going to cover for him. They just want to talk about, oh, Biden's doing so bad, here's no solutions, and we're going to tell you nothing at all, except people don't like Joe Biden. All right, great. I don't like Joe Biden. No one likes Joe Biden. More than 2/3 of Americans, 69%, disapprove of how Biden is handling inflation. Only 28% approve. Well, more than half of 57% disapprove of his handling of the economic recovery. Partisan splits for inflation show expected negativity in Republican views, 94% disapproving. But the survey also reveals weaknesses from Biden's own party, with a slim majority of Democrats approving. I don't even, what is there to approve of? He's done nothing. Okay. Disapprove of how Joe Biden is handling inflation. He's not handling inflation. He's doing nothing. He's ignoring the problem. Right? So that's the thing here. Right? Okay. He's not it's not like, oh, he's juggling and he's like, whoa, and he's he's diving for the ball and he caught it. And it's no, he's not doing anything. He's not handling inflation. So 54% of Democrats approving of how Joe Biden is handling inflation. What are they approving of? If you ask them a follow-up question, okay, so you approve of how he's handling inflation. What do you think is the best policy that he's done in regards to inflation? They'd go, I don't know, because they're fucking dumb. Partisanship is dumb. I'm sorry. well, he's Joe Biden, and I voted for Joe Biden because I thought he was better for Donald Trump, and therefore I support everything he does. What? Are you a fucking idiot? Are you a stupid-ass bitch? How is he handling inflation? I'd love to know. Has he done literally anything? Because I haven't seen anything. Biden's orbit is also hemorrhaging independent voters, with 71% disapproving of his handling of inflation. Independent voters are fucking stupid as well. I hate this above it all nonsense. Haha, name drop. Of independent voters. I'm an independent. Most independents are fucking stupid. Democrats are fucking stupid. Republicans are fucking stupid. Americans are fucking stupid. Let's be real. 95% of Americans are too afraid of vegetables to even eat any. 95% of Americans do not get the minimum recommended intake of fiber. Most Americans get literally less than half of the daily minimum recommendation of fiber. What's fiber? Vegetables. 95% of Americans are so fucking stupid they don't know how to eat vegetables. So of course these motherfuckers are going to be dumb when it comes to voting. Let's be honest. It's a feedback effect. Americans are fucking stupid. They vote for stupid ass motherfuckers. And those stupid-ass motherfuckers abuse them, use them, steal from them, and then they leave office, and then Americans vote in the next top dumb fuck. That's how this country goes, right? Every president is worse than the last in a lot of ways, right? When's the last time we had a president that was significantly better than the previous one? Let's be honest. Let's be real about this one. Bill Clinton, finally the Reagan era's over, except wait, it's not. The third way took over the Democratic Party. Oh, then we got George W. Bush, and he fucking destroyed the entire fucking country, collapsed the economy, great stuff, got us into fucking wars everywhere. But then Barack Obama is going to come in, he's going to solve the problems, except he's going to escalate the drone war. He's not going to do anything about the financial crisis. He's going to let millions and millions of people lose their homes and kill everyone, right? And then also, again, escalate the drone war. He's not going to do anything at all about, maybe the drug war going on in this country. Nope. And then you got Donald fucking dumbass motherfucking Trump, who's just set the whole country on fucking fire, did nothing about the pandemic. Then you got Joe Biden coming in office. Hey everyone, it's Joe Biden. Look at me. Not going to do anything about the pandemic. The country's falling apart. So again, the idea that it's all the president's fault, I think maybe it's Americans' fault for voting for these fucking morons, right? Maybe Americans were programmed to be stupid by the other presidents and the other forms of leaders that we've had 30 years ago. And then maybe that generation was programmed by the other generation 60 years ago, right? So again, we have a feedback effect of dumb fuck Americans voting for dumb fuck Americans to kill dumb fuck Americans and to make the next generation of dumb fuck Americans even dumber. And that's how you get this shit where 54% of Democrats approve of Joe Biden's handling of inflation. He did nothing. He literally has done nothing to handle inflation. So I approve of him doing nothing? What the fuck is that shit? But anyway, let's keep going. The ABC Ipsos poll, which was conducted by Ipsos in partnership with ABC. Wow. Wait, okay, so it's an ABC Ipsos poll. And so Ipsos partnered with ABC. I'm glad you added that extra information. I would have never been able to comprehend what the fucking ABC Ipsos poll would have been like if you didn't tell me that it was conducted by Ipsos in partnership with ABC. Wow, who would have possibly even come up with this idea that ABC Ipsos poll was a partnership between ABC and Ipsos? That's crazy. Thank you for that. Reveals these rocky ratings for Biden at a time when the bulk of Americans name inflation and paying everyday bills as a top concern. Concern about inflation is eclipsed worry about the coronavirus pandemic. I'm sorry, the two are inextricably linked. How can you be more concerned with inflation compared to the pandemic? Do you know what caused inflation? Are you that goddamn stupid? Do you have no idea? Oh, the prices are just going up. Why did the prices just go up? Why did the prices? Whoa! It must be completely divorced from the fucking global pandemic destroying the whole world. There's no relation whatsoever. There are two entirely separate concepts. This is how you know Americans are fucking stupid. You know why inflation is such a fucking big problem? It's because we had a massive pandemic. The country did nothing at all. And the world as a whole did nothing to stop this fucking pandemic. So a year later, now we're dealing with millions of people dead all across the globe, right? Obedient drones and laborers got killed because the fucking world leaders are so goddamn stupid. They're not even going to set out, they're not even going to turn off the fucking, the alarm. They're not going to set the fire out in their own goddamn bedroom, right? So they're just letting the whole world fall to shit, right? And then so millions of people die, right? And then also millions and millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of people are getting sick, right? And so there's a labor shortage. The supply chain is fucking suffering. And so now, guess what? Now these corporations got you by the motherfucking balls. They have squeezed your fucking ball sack so hard that your testicles are going to fucking disconnect from the rest of your body. That's how hard they've got you right now, because they control everything. They control fucking everything. So guess what? You know the phrase, never let a crisis go to waste? That's what these corporations are going to do. They're going to sap away all of your fucking money, and they're going to leave you dry, destitute, and fucking emaciated, because this country is fucking garbage. And most Americans have no idea what's going on, because they're too busy working their fucking 3 jobs, because this country is fucking broken, and people need to have extra fucking jobs to even pay for basic fucking meals. And most Americans don't even know how to feed themselves. Again, 95% of Americans are too stupid to even fucking feed themselves, right? And again, I'm not even trying to place personal responsibility on people. I think everyone's got a personal responsibility to feed themselves and their family. I think if you have a child and you're not properly feeding that child, I think that should be labeled as child abuse. I genuinely think that, right? Because my mother didn't fucking feed me correctly, and now I have to deal with like health issues for the rest of my life because of my mom's actions, right? So again, I personally think that, but again, am I saying that you should have your children taken away? By what? Child Protective Services? They're not going to be any better, right? So again, this country's just fucked from the jump, right? I don't know, man. This country's just fucked from the jump, but let's keep going. Republicans continuously, let's just be, I need to say this, I feel like, but I don't feel like I should need to say this, but I'm going to. If anyone thinks Republicans are going to handle inflation better than Joe Biden, you're a dumb fuck. You're a loser. You have no idea what the fuck's going on. You're a moron, and you should probably consider continuing to eat that fast food and dying sooner. Because goddamn, you don't deserve to be on this fucking planet. You're that goddamn stupid. The findings show Biden slightly The findings show Biden slightly above water in one sector, his handling of COVID-19. What? How did he handle COVID-19? What did he do? Does anyone know? Can someone point to one policy that Joe Biden has done to make COVID-19 better? Mask mandate? No, he's too much of a bitch. Vaccine mandate? No, he's too much of a bitch. What has he done? Has he helped supply the entire earth with vaccinations so that we can stop dealing with these outbreaks in unvaccinated countries because they can't have access? What about these intellectual property defending, right? Again, South Africa and other African countries have said that it's going to take them until 2023 to be able to mass manufacture a vaccine without the fucking patent, without the formula, the Moderna formula specifically, right? So they're going to spend 2 years doing what's already been done instead of just giving them the formula so that they can vaccinate people. Do you know what's going to happen in those 2 years? No, you don't. So what the fuck has Joe Biden done to handle the COVID-19 pandemic? He's done nothing. He's done nothing at all. A slim majority, 53% of Americans, approve of Biden's handling of the pandemic. Even so, Biden's COVID approval rating is now numerically at its lowest point in an ABC Ipsos polling since he took office. Another warning sign for what might be a tough battle to maintain majorities in the U.S. House and Senate. Again, anyone who thinks Republicans are going to do any better is a fucking moron as well. The White House has expanded federal COVID-19 mitigation efforts, no, as the Delta and Omicron variants spur stricter vaccination and mask requirements across the country. Most of those requirements and most of those policies are being done by local leaders, right? The president is gonzo. He has not done anything. He's not done a fucking address to he's not done anything at all. He's done literally nothing at all. He's just leaving it up to the states and local leaders, and some of them are doing decent things. I know Bill de Blasio is trying to at least do something going on in New York City. I don't live there, right? But I read the news, right? I live in North Carolina. Nothing's going on here. We never had a lockdown in the first place. I went to the grocery store yesterday. I was the only one with a mask in the whole store. The whole store. I counted at least 40 people in the whole store. I was the only one with a mask. Explain that to me, right? This pandemic is going to get a lot worse. Biden has stood by his politically controversial decision to require vaccinations for federal employees. Oh, gee golly williker. How about for the rest of the fucking country? And all contractors, a move affecting millions of workers in the public and private sectors. The decision challenged by saying, I don't even care anymore. Biden also sees lagging support for his handling of rising rates of violence. There is no rising rates of violence. I'm sorry, it's a completely manufactured shit. Again, has there been slightly like rising rates of violence? Absolutely. But guess what? That started years ago. And if you look at the grand trend, crime has dropped tremendously over the course of year after year after year, right? So again, if we're seeing like some more crime in the last couple months, all right, is that bad? Sure. But you know how you fix a lot of crime? By making sure that people have their basic needs met. Most crimes that happen are because people can't afford to feed their fucking families, okay? Most burglaries are because people can't fucking afford anything, so they feel like they need to steal. And is that bad? Obviously. Duh. But when you fucking have an economy in a country where everyone's fucking alone, no one can get a fucking job, even though there's a supposed labor shortage going on, people are going to do whatever they can to feed their fucking families, and it's going to be American against American because this country is fucking garbage. So again, if there's a small uptick in crime on a month-to-month basis, right, again, the overall trend is we're on a downtrend, right? So again, should Joe Biden be doing something? Yeah, probably like decriminalizing marijuana would probably help. Maybe giving more Americans more stimulus checks would help so they don't feel like the need that you have to rob stores or like mug people on the side of the street in order to pay their bills or feed their own families, right? So again, I don't like, this country is garbage. People are stupid and the country's stupid. I don't even know what to say. Biden's handling of gun violence is 32% down from 39%. What is Joe Biden even gonna do or allowed to do about gun violence? Right, again, why is Joe Biden doing nothing about mass shootings? For the same reason Barack Obama did nothing. For the same reason all the other presidents did nothing. It's because this country is fucking stupid and people think that there's such a thing as a Senate. There is no such thing as a Senate. The Senate doesn't exist. It's made up. I mean, the entire U.S. government's made up, but the Senate is particularly made up. It's fairy tale. It's like Santa Claus. There is no such thing as the Senate. And the Senate's blocking all gun legislation. Right, so if your solution to that is abolish the Senate, all right, good. If your solution to that is elect Republicans, you're a fucking moron. So again, Biden's approval rating tanking. But again, we're in the situation where it's Americans are fucking stupid. They're raised by stupid Americans, right? They're educated by stupid Americans. They vote in stupid Americans, and the cycle is going to repeat itself until something happens, right? And again, like, you know, should I cite the like MIT study or whatever that found that society will collapse by like 2040? I don't know. Like, is this cycle gonna last forever? It doesn't seem like it. It doesn't fucking seem like it. So my opinion at the end of the day, if this was hard to follow, fuck Joe Biden. He's not doing nearly enough. But also, Americans need to take some actual responsibility. Americans need to educate themselves. Americans need to resist this shit. Americans need to stop fucking falling for these fucking poison traps. Stop buying fucking fast food every day. Save your money. Stop shooting each other. Stop fucking, again, if we all just, work together, we wouldn't need to rely on the government. If everyone in a city just said, fuck the government, let's form a commune, guess what? Things would be a lot better pretty much instantly. But Americans are fucking stupid and they're too busy hating each other. Because, oh man, my nephew's son-in-law's niece's third uncle's brother is a gay. So that means I hate my family. Seriously, think about what these people, hate each other over. It's like, oh, well, my neighbor's black. Oh, I hate that guy. Like, what the fuck? You're more concerned with that kind of shit than the entire fucking global economy collapsing? I'm sorry, man, but a lot of the shit that people are angry at each other for is so fucking stupid. It's so ridiculous. Again, Americans are fucking stupid. What are the big culture war things going on right now? Trans kids? That's still a big deal. Critical race theory? What the fuck are you people talking about, man? Have you not realized that people can't feed their families? Have you not realized that most of the food that people are feeding their families with is poison? And you're more concerned with critical fucking race theory? What the fuck? I don't even know, man. This country is shit. Anti-COVID measures should not be through enforcing, but through educating. I agree tremendously. When to piss off a Republican, ask them to explain CRT. Do I have to do it? Do I have to show the clip?
What's the most important issue in the governor's race here in Virginia?
Getting back to the basics of teaching children, not teaching them critical race theory.
And what is critical race theory?
Well, I'm not going to get into the specifics of it because I don't understand it that much, but it's something that I don't, what little bit that I know I don't care for.
And what have you heard that you don't,
well,
that you don't like?
I'm not going to, you know, I don't,
to say this, but those with the lowest IQ,
I don't have that much knowledge on it, but it's something that I don't care for.
What are you going to do? What the hell are you gonna do? Ugh. I'm stretching. Oh, mama! Look at this! Look at this stretch! This is a world record. There's a dead dog on the floor. You seeing that shit? There's a goddamn dead dog on that floor. Let's test this out. Max! Woo! Brought him back to life. Maxie! Woo! 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 He's alive. Come on, bud. Come on, puppy. Guess who tweeted about Force the Vote today? Brianna Joy Gray? Ding, ding, ding. I knew it. I'm that good. That was like, I didn't already know it. Like, if anyone on this day would talk about Force the Vote, it's gotta be Brie. Alright, let's talk about this. At least 6 die as tornado devastates Amazon warehouse in Illinois. So this is a story that happened a couple of days ago, but we're finding out the extent of the damage here. And again, one thing I need to talk about again, Amazon, what the fuck? They let their employees work with no basement, no shelter in a tornado. Is Jeff Bezos going to go to jail for this? Anyone? Anyone want to take a guess? Nope. Of course, there's going to be no accountability. There's going to be no accountability. If you, as an employer, refuse to let your employees, I don't know, leave during a tornado, if you as an employer in the tornado belt, right, don't have a shelter or allow your employees to use that shelter, in my opinion, that's first-degree murder. That's premeditated murder. You worked them until they died, and you did not let them reach safety. That is premeditated murder. Is Jeff Bezos going to be held accountable? Of course not. At least 6 people were killed when a tornado smashed through a massive Amazon warehouse outside St. Louis, one in a series of twisters blamed for dozens of deaths in 5 states. In Illinois, Edwardsville Fire Chief James Whiteford said late Saturday that another injured Amazon worker was airlifted to a hospital and searchers were carefully picking through rubble for additional victims. At least 45 people survived the carnage wrought Friday when the tornado struck the building at about 8:30 p.m. Because of the devastation came during a shift change, authorities struggled to determine how many people were actually in the building or otherwise unaccounted for. Whiteford said a shift change. Not an evacuation, a shift change. And is Jeff Bezos going to go to prison for first-degree murder of 6 people? And first-degree attempted murder for 45 people? Is that going to happen? Imagine if employers were held accountable. Imagine the world we would live in if an employer was held accountable at all. Could you imagine that, right? Like, could you imagine, like, how different the society we live in would be? We'd probably be having, like, Mars colonies, right? We'd have moon colonies, right? We'd have abolished religion, right? We would have, like, abolished fast food. We would have had, like, a perfect society utopia if fucking employers were held accountable at all in any way. Like, I'm just saying, Jeff Bezos is, I mean, this isn't the first time he's killed people. This is why we say there's no such thing as a benevolent billionaire. In order to be a billionaire, you need to kill people. Now, again, inflation, right? The value of $1 billion is decreasing at such a rapid way. So maybe in like 10 years, there'll be such a thing as a benevolent billionaire. But at that point, we're going to be upgrading to trillionaires, right? Because that's our language here. The language of capitalism is millionaire is the new billionaire, or like, you know, trillionaire is the new billionaire, that kind of shit. But as of right now, and this moment in time, there's no such thing as a benevolent billionaire. Jeff Bezos is guilty of first-degree murder on this one. The National Weather Service said a preliminary investigation found the tornado to be an EF3, which pack winds between 136 and 165 miles per hour. This is a tragic day in Illinois history. To the families, blah, blah, blah. How about, I don't know, get the Illinois Attorney General to bring formal charges against Jeff Bezos? Anyone? No? Where's Merrick Garland on this one? Anyone? I don't give a fuck what Bezos has to say. We're heartbroken over the loss of our teammates. Teammates? Bitch, you murdered them. You would not let them leave the building during an emergency weather scenario, and you did not provide any form of shelter in a state, in a location that consistently has tornadoes. That's murder. If you lock someone in a box with no escape, that's murder. And then blow up the box, that's murder. If you tie someone down on the railroad and then a train comes, that's murder. This is murder. Like, does anyone not, like, do I sound crazy? If I sound crazy, then society is fucked. If I'm the crazy one here, if I tie you down on a railroad track and the train comes, is that murder or is that not murder? Because that's literally what happened here. The tornado is the train, and the building is the train track. They got locked in the building, no safety, and the tornado came and killed them. It's murder. It's murder. Oh, this is so heartbroken. Oh, we're heartbroken. Yes, we are. It's murder. Authorities warned the death toll from storms across Kentucky, Illinois, Tennessee, Arkansas, and Missouri was expected to rise. Yeah, it was expected to rise. Everyone knew this would happen. Everyone knew this would happen. They locked them in the building, and they're dead now. Murder. Murder. Hello? Like, come on now. Like, does it, like... Governor Andy Beshear of Kentucky said he believes at least 80 people died in his state. It may be well over 100, he said on Sunday. It's so hard to describe. There's not a camera lens big enough to show the... This country is fucked. No one in mainstream media is going to report the truth here. Jeff Bezos is a mass murderer. He is one of the world's most prolific serial killers in history. Think about that. This is legalized murder. When you think of serial killers, right? The most prolific serial killers in history, you think of like the Zodiac Killer. How many people did he kill? Like 15? How many people did Jeff Bezos kill this week? The world's most prolific serial killers are billionaires. Debate me? You know, they recently found out the identity of the Zodiac Killer. I'm getting my booster on Friday, folks. I'm excited. I'm getting boosted. I'm getting fucking boosted. Whew. Who was what? Oh, it's just some dude. Look it up. It's fascinating. I can't give you... Like, it's better if you look it up yourself. I guarantee you I will never get 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's never going to happen. I've been at 9,900 for like 6 months. It's not going to happen. I'm stuck in like a Groundhog Day when it comes to my YouTube sub count. It's over, folks. It's never going to happen. Oh my god, Bodan. It's because you swear a lot. No one wants to watch you because you're too mean. I don't care. It's also possible that no one watches me because I'm a white woman. I'm oppressed. Motherfucker, don't you understand? Anyway, it's the part of the show where I beg for money. Again, folks, this is all I've got. This is all I got. And even worse, Steve Mnuchin drew all over my money. This money is worthless. Who wants a signed dollar bill from Steve Mnuchin? I don't. I don't want that. This money is worthless, folks. So please, for the love of God, give me money on Cash App, Patreon, or PayPal. I would appreciate that. And if you don't want to, that's fine. But you should. But if you don't want to, that's also fine. Whoa. 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 There's a dog right there. Are you seeing that? There's a giant collection of cells on the floor. I understand, Bodan, that you have like a personal problem with swearing, but the idea that you would think that personal problem with swearing is like a problem that other people have, or like that like a majority of people that would watch my content, like, I'm sorry, but like I just disagree entirely. You are like literally the only person I have ever had in my show audience that's ever said they're turned off by swearing. Everyone else, and I don't want to say that I necessarily that other people are turned on by swearing, you know, because that has sexual connotation. But most people that watch me are turned on by the swearing. I'm just saying, it's honest. Like, you know. $10 super chat from Andrew Kohler. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. This is crazy. All right, hold on. I actually don't watch Democracy Now! Anymore, even though they're pretty good, because they censor bad words when reading quotations, and this bothers me inordinately. There you go. Me, on the other hand, I uncensor bad words. If I see censorship, I will uncensor that. Let's go, Brandon. More like fuck Joe Biden. Am I right? Whew. Goddamn. All right. Then why all the TV channels do not allow swearing? Because it is considered rude and impolite. It's actually just because of a bunch of religious nutbags that filed lawsuits to censor free speech. You know, channels like HBO, Showtime, and like all that kind of shit, right? They allow swearing, and that's because they pay you pay a premium to access them. Right? And so religious nutbags just don't pay that premium. Right? And so they don't watch that shit. But like mainstream television, right? They have to deal with advertisers and religious nutbags. So they want the advertisers, right? They want advertisements to advertise to the lowest common denominator. Most Americans are uppity little religious fucking Looney Tune fucking morons. And so because they need to advertise to the lowest common denominator, they're going to craft all of their content around that. But anyway, that's the show. Tomorrow, Monday, I will be streaming. I mean, I stream every day, but tomorrow I will also be streaming in addition to every other day. So I would like to say thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Share the streams. Environmental Coffee House, $4.99. I'm broke, but I adore you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Maybe you can mail me some of your vegetables or something. But yeah, so. That's the show. That's the show. I mean, it's a show, folks. It's a goddamn show. All right. Thank you all for watching. I gotta use the potty, so it's over. It's off, and it's done. It's done.
They're coming all over the place. They're coming all over the place. They're coming all over the place. And he's like this. They're coming all over the place. 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 This is they're coming all over the place. 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 They're coming all over the place.
You know, the truth of the matter is that when you look at some of my policies, in a lot of ways, Richard Nixon was more liberal than I was.
You know, I eat extra sharp. That's what I eat.